Down to the courthouse in ATL, it seems as if everyone is taking a plea deal in the longest running trial in Georgia history. 4 of the 6 defendants in the Young Thugger trial has taken a plea deal this week. Young Thug, government name Jeffrey Williams, was released Thursday evening as part of a non-negotiated plea agreement, which means instead of Young Thug and his attorney negotiating with the prosecutor to come up with a deal, he presented his plea deal directly to the judge, who then has full discretion over his final punishment. The judge ordered Williams to serve 40 years under this plea agreement, so the way this is broken down. 5 years, which was commuted to time already served. He's been in jail for 2.5 years, followed by 15 years on probation, and then 20 years was added backloaded, meaning that if he fails to meet any terms of his probation over the 15 years, that he will be required to serve those 20 years in custody. Williams pled guilty to 6 charges, 1 count of participation in criminal street gang activity, 3 counts of violating the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, 1 count of firearm possession during the commission of a felony, and 1 count of possession of a machine gun. While he pled no contest to racketeering and to leading a criminal street gang, and no contest is just a legal plea where a defendant accepts punishment for a criminal charge without admitting or denying that he actually committed that crime. Williams gave a statement while he was in court. He said he was a smart guy, a good guy with a really good heart, that he finds himself in a lot of stuff because he just wants to be nice or cool. And he understands that he can't be that way once he reaches a certain height, that it could end very badly. He stated that he has learned from his mistakes. A big part of this case was they used a lot of his rap lyrics and his music to show that he was actually committing the crimes that he spoke about in his music. So, in the answer to this, Williams told the judge that he understood how rap music lyrics can be twisted, that he understood the impact it can have on people's mind, and he gave a promise that he was going to change that part of his music. Some of the terms of his probation include that he has to remain away from the metropolitan Atlanta area beginning 2 days following his release for the first 10 years of his probation. He's only allowed to return to the Atlanta area for weddings, funerals, and graduations, but must leave within 48 hours of those events. He is required to return to the area 4 times a year for each year of his probation to host an anti-gang and an anti-gun presentation. Williams must also perform 100 hours of community service during each year of his probation, and he is not allowed to knowingly have any contact with members or associates of any criminal street gang. There were a total of 6 defendants in this case, so we have Young Thug, Mr. Williams, who has accepted a plea deal. 3 more defendants accepted plea deals this week, so that still leaves 2 more defendants to move forward in this case or to accept a plea deal, so this case is not over. I will put the other 3 men's names right here because I don't want to mess up their names. We're just going to go by their last name. So Mr. Ryan, also known as Little Rod, accepted a 10-year prison sentence, which was commuted to time served because he's already serving a life sentence on a separate murder case. So those prison times will run concurrently. Mr. Huey admitted guilt to multiple counts, including armed robbery. He was sentenced to a total of 25 years with 9 years in custody, 9 years on probation, and 5 years suspended. Mr. Nicholas accepted a plea deal on count 1 of the indictment, conspiracy to violate the RICO Act. He received a negotiated sentence of 20 years, with 7 years to be served in custody and the remaining years on probation. In exchange, multiple counts, including murder, were dismissed. So what do you think is going to happen with the last 2 defendants? Do you think they should move forward in this case, or should they try to negotiate a plea deal like their other 4 co-defendants have? Until next time.